All right. How we going? Nancy, morning. Right, what we need to do is get the TV in the corner. So what I'm going to do a bit of a Wink Martindale thing. Nancy, we're going to do it for you. Wink Martindale. Oh, so because it's Sunday, I wanted to do something quite easy this morning because me and Tino are going to Bath City in the UK on a train to meet Yasmin at a competition with my wife. She's doing a trampolining competition today. So my wife works for them at the trampoline competition, so she helps out in the competition. But Yasmin is competing today. So I wanted to keep the topic quite light-hearted. So when Nancy said about Wink Martindale, I thought, oh, that would be a nice little topic. So let me just get the picture up of Wink. I've been doing a little bit of research. So what we're going to do is, if I can make it work, we're going to watch some Wink Martindale stuff. Okay, let me just shrink this down. Obviously, we're on the new laptop. I'm hoping you can all hear me fine. I haven't been awake long, so I'm a bit... no, that's not true. I have been awake for about an hour, but I'm still a bit groggy. I'm still not fully awake. I was very naughty yesterday. I actually had a donut and a sausage roll. I had a donut and a sausage roll yesterday. Tina, you know there's a donut over there if you want it. So what we're going to do... Hi, Dan. There we are. Sit down, mate. What have you got? Are you waving? What? What have you done? Go on, say it. Mm. What? Your hands look good. A handout. Right. Let me just press. I'm going to press play on this video. Where's my earphones? I need my earphones. Now here we are. So, okay. Tino, me and Tino are going to football. What have you done? Your hand. Look.
To get a handout.
All right, yeah, we are going to do that. Yeah, Tina's with me. We're going to football around. I think we'll
do that.
Yes, you can do that. There's obviously a game that he wants to play. Go on then, show what the game is. A handout.
No, hand down.
Hand down. Oh, right. Don't know that game.
So, we played it yesterday. So, if we have to hold their hand, then you have to...
Oh, you mean arm wrestling? Arm wrestle. He wants to arm wrestle. All right, we'll just do it one time because I need to do this. Right, ready? Okay. After 3. Remember, you've got to put your elbow on the ground. Do it properly. Right, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that was too easy for you. Let's try one more time. Right, so we can see you as well. We want to see you. Let me just move the camera back a bit. Right, are we ready? Right, let me move the laptop over a little bit. Right, let's see if Tino can beat me arm wrestling. Oh, you're too strong. I'm gonna get you back. Oh no, you're too strong for me. How are you so strong? Why is he so strong? Right, one more, then I'm gonna do my show. Right, are you ready? This time I'm gonna beat you. Oh yes, I'm gonna beat you this time. Right, go. 1, 2, 3. He used 2 hands. He used 2 hands then. One more time, just one hand. Ready? Ow! It's hurt my arm. All right, can I do my show now? He beat me. He beat me. Right, I want to put some water in my coffee. Let me put some water in my coffee. Well done, Tina. How are you so strong?
I don't know.
How are you so strong? My God. Too strong for me. You were born strong, weren't you? Like Superman.
Yeah.
Okay, right, I'm gonna do the show now.
Guess what? When I was a baby, I don't know. What we just done.
When you were a baby, yeah?
Yeah, when I was a baby, I done it, and I
Okay.
put it down.
Fair comment. Fair comment. Right, the remote is over there. Okay. Right, let's get on.
4.
Tino is 4. Right, let's get on with the show now.
And
You see this?
8.
You see this? I'm going to play this, and they're all going to listen to it. Yeah? So, of course, Tino always beats me. He's too strong. So, that was funny. I wasn't expecting that.
I also beat Mummy.
Did you? You beat Mummy as well. Right, let me just click play on this video. Right, let's just do this. Right now, 1, 2, 3, play.
Elvis goes without saying that all of us here at Dance Party.
So, Nancy gave me the idea to do the Wink Martindale interview.
I appreciate very much your taking time out today to come by and say hello to all of our friends that watch Dance Party, and also the people who are with us here on the floor today. And it's nice that you were able to spend these past few days at home. How is it that you've been at home for so many days in a row here?
Well, it's the first time I've been off in months. I've been on the road. I've been out on the West Coast and everything, and I decided
So the quality's a bit iffy, but you know. So this is just one of the videos that we're gonna go through. We're gonna sort of look around YouTube, see what we can find. So Sean, welcome, Sean. The Sundowners Club almost bought this house. Almost bought this, and he just said, I drove by there today. Today, Sean, welcome. We have missed you. The swimming pool is filled in now with concrete. So obviously the Audubon Drive house. I thought it was. So that family are obviously having a tour of it and they're recording it. And it's been posted here on Elvis Australia. I love Elvis Australia. The YouTube channel is fantastic. I think I also use their webpage, Elvis Australia. Highly recommend it. So Nancy messaged me just saying that she'd watched the beautiful interview about Wink Martindale and his friendship with Elvis. She mentioned that not long before Elvis passed, that Wink and his wife, who used to date Elvis, had gone to see Elvis. And they, after seeing him, they were in tears because they knew he was very unwell. They knew he was very unwell and felt that he didn't have long left. So very sad, but thanks, Nancy, because I did want to do a live stream this morning that was quite sort of light-hearted, because it's a Sunday. Just thought keep it chilled. We've done a couple of quite interesting live streams yesterday. We did the paternity lawsuit. We did the Priscilla. Was Elvis forced to marry Priscilla? So yesterday's live streams had really good views. I really enjoyed them. Quite serious. So I thought today we'll just keep it a bit chilled. Yeah. So let's just read a couple of comments. The house is green, but there is an awning on the front that has the letter P on it for Presley. So the Sundown's got Mike Curb owns it now. Okay, I don't know who Mike Curb is. So on the front fence, there used to be musical notes in metal. Fans would come by and steal them. And now all that remains on the metal part of the fence is the circle that the musical notes were on. Okay. Isn't it amazing that Sean lives there? Goes past that. Sean has got some great stories. Has met most of the Presley people, some of the, the Memphis Mafia, and just has met, I think, from memory, has met Elvis a few times as well, and definitely people very close to Elvis. There is a historic marker placed on the stone part of the fence from the city of Memphis stating that Elvis owned the house from 56 to 57. Yeah. And hi, Sandra. So let's just find another one. I did find a few. No, I did. There was a couple of bits of information. I just wanted to read out. So it basically says, Wink Conrad Martindale, I think Winston is his real name, was born on December the 4th, 1933, American disc jockey, radio personality, game show host, television producer. He is best known for The Gambit, hosting The Gambit between 1972 and 76. He hosted it again between 1881. Then he did other programs like Tic-Tac-Toe, High Rollers, and Dept. So he's still alive, isn't he, guys? Is he 93 years old? Let's see what else I've read. Obviously, his wife dated Elvis on and off for quite a while. Let me just see what other bits of info. I think we're probably going to find out these bits of information. So yeah, so let's play some of the interviews, guys. Hi, Sandra, how are you? So let's go back here. I found a few. There was one I liked. Let's have a look. There was one I thought was pretty good. I think it was this one. Let's have a look. No, it could have been this one. Shoot, actually, we'll play the original first. We'll play the original.
The magazine covers then, and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. You just had the feeling. You didn't know what was happening, but the electricity, George, was incredible.
That's the way it goes. How about the big show?
So, really, this is how they became friends, yeah? This interview. It's pretty obvious that Elvis liked Wink. Can you see him chewing his gums? So, looking extremely cool, of course. So, Sean says, Mike Curb is a famous music executive used to work with Roy Orbison and others. He owes hay for the house because he was an Elvis fan. He has private tours of the house and private events. Okay, so I wonder if he makes profit. Is it a profitable venture? So yeah, so we're doing this. Nancy gave me the idea of doing this. Nancy, thank you very much. Nancy, how's your dog? Is your dog better? Right, so Linda, Elvis was so generous right from the start. He was pure of heart. Nancy, the Colonel hated Wink because Elvis did this for nothing without money. I didn't know that. Wink Martindale is from Jacksonville, Tennessee, a good guy, and I've met him many times over the years. He loved Elvis. Oh, Sean, your life sounds so interesting.
The magazine.
I can tell Elvis is pretty nervous in that interview. He's trying to keep it cool, chew his gum. He obviously looks great. Wink just does a great job of it. Just does a brilliant job of interviewing him, I think. Right, let's okay, let's see. Let's find another one. So obviously Sandy dated Elvis for a while. So let's just listen to this little interview, giving us some great information. Sean says, Wink married Sandy Farah. Sandy used to date Elvis and was in Viva Las Vegas. Brilliant. Thank you. Great information. Sean, thank you so much. Dan says, the interview, the Colonel didn't like that Elvis did it. Elvis went on his own because he used to watch the show and liked it. Ah, right. I didn't know that. Thank you, Dan. Very interesting. Okay, I'm interested to know with how the house works as a living museum, really, you know, a memorial to Elvis. I don't think Mike makes any profit off the house. He restored it, and I think he's trying to preserve it. Right, okay. I wonder what condition it is in Sean. Read a couple of comments. Let's have a look. I don't think Mike makes it up. Is Karen? Yes. Karen is in Memphis. Yes, she's at Gracelands. Karen is. Wow, Sean, you could hook up with her. She sent me. She wrote on the wall of Gracelands yesterday. Team Elvis in the United Kingdom. Yeah, I have posted it on the Facebook. All right, it's in fabulous condition now. That's interesting. So Sean, you could go over and meet Karen, couldn't you? I think she's still there, and she sent us loads of pictures. She sent us some videos. It's on our... We did a video of it. We did a live stream of it yesterday. Karen walking up through Graceland, doing the museum tour. And yeah, Sean, you and Karen could hook up. I'm so proud that Team Elvis have been mentioned on the wall of Graceland. That makes me proud. Very proud. So grateful to Karen. So Nancy, I would never have thought of them to be friends. I would never have thought of that. Right, so Rick, Rick, I'm going to call you Rick. Is that okay? So it seems from 2019 or 2020. So, Sean, does Karen want me to take her anywhere tomorrow? Like Alderman House? Oh, wow. Do you know what? That would be amazing. Now, my guess is that Karen is fast asleep. I'm going to send this comment to Karen. I'm going to send it to Karen. Is there... I'll quickly do it now. Now, is there a way for Karen to contact you, Sean? Let me have a look. I'm just messaging her. I want to let me just... I'm just writing it down now. Right, okay. Let me go back to your comment, Sean. Oh, that is so kind of you, Sean. Is there a phone number I can send her? What? I think she's staying at the hotel next to Graceland. I think. Is there a way, maybe an email address or any way that she can contact you? I'll give it to her now. She's probably fast asleep, obviously. Okay, let's keep going. It's great for her age, doesn't she? How old is she? How old is Sandra? Okay, guys. So let's keep going. I want to see the interview that's more like the one that that Nancy sent me. Now, I haven't seen this one. Let's just have a listen.
Good decision. We made a good decision to be here tonight. As most of you know, I was privileged to witness firsthand the beginning of Presley Mania one night. It was fate, simply fate, that led me to WHBQ Radio that hot July night in 1954, when Dewey Phillips, my friend, played a new record by a truck driver for Crown Electric, Elvis Presley. The record, of course, was That's All Right, Mama, and music from that night forward would never quite be the same again. You know, most of us can still remember where we were the day we learned that the king of rock and roll had died. Many of us to this day still find it difficult to accept that he's no longer with us. It's so sad to realize that this most adored celebrity of the 20th century died far too soon.
So true.
August 16th, 1977. Few dates are as indelibly printed in our memory as that one. Pearl Harbor, that infamous day in Dallas, perhaps 2 or 3 more. But odds are better than none that you remember where you were and what you were doing at the moment you learned that the man who shaped the music of a generation was gone. These were my thoughts and feelings about this man.
So Sandra met Elvis in 1960. Thank you, Sean. This man, he speaks beautifully, doesn't he?
I met that hot summer night in 1954 at the very beginning of his 22 years of glory. You might consider this an open letter, not only to you fans, but more importantly to those who attempted to tarnish the memory of Elvis.
I've never heard this. Did you hear that? Those that attempted to tarnish the memory of Elvis. Great words. This is why we're called Defending Elvis. So many times we get told off for defending Elvis. Elvis doesn't need defending. It's complete rubbish. Of course he needs defending. We want the world to know the real Elvis, the true Elvis. We will always defend him.
Some even making a mockery of his passing. Were the accusations and claims in the many books truthful and accurate? Did the doctors ever really level with us about the cause of his death? My answer, rhetorically, is why ask? For there are no answers that can bring back the person we loved and admired so much. I've often wondered, and I'm sure you have too, what is it about human nature that makes us ask more about a person's shortcomings than his successes? Personally, nobody will ever convince me this man was anything but a good, kind, and generous human being. That was Elvis to me. Talented beyond words. God-fearing, yes. For all of his 42 years on this earth, his humble beginnings in that little Tupelo shack and the Christian upbringing by Gladys and Vernon lighted a path he would follow for the rest of his mortal life.
I love that Christian upbringing that he had lighted a path that he would follow for the rest of his life. So important. Instead of tearing the man apart and looking for any excuse to trash him, to badmouth him, to belittle him, see the Christian man with a beautiful heart and soul. It's a privilege to defend Elvis Presley.
Stray from that path, of course. We all do. For he was only human, and humans make mistakes. The truth is, we made him a god, but he was only a man. We called him the king of rock and roll, but his response was always the same. There is but one king, Jesus Christ. Elvis loved his country. He served it proudly and with honor at the very height of his career, asking no special treatment and with no complaints. His love for his fellow man, his loyalty, the generosity became legend befitting a legend. He found great joy in giving.
I love this. Now this is Elvis. This is Elvis.
For him, material things were few as a child, but as a man he had it all, and my God, did he love to give. The most precious thing he gave many of us was his friendship. That was the Elvis I knew. Those of us who played his hits on radio and those of you who bought his talents on records and in movies held by him a Memphis mansion, gold Cadillacs, and clothes embroidered in silver. To watch an Elvis performance in person was more than just memorable. To have done so, you know what I mean. How many times were you there? How many times did you witness and wonder the sea of popping flashbulbs illuminating a darkened hall such as this? The frenzied excitement that carried a tingle to your toes, the undeniable chill down your back, all is so much a part of an Elvis concert. The swelling sound of 2001 reminded us that way in the wings stood the man whose first name alone had won more recognition than any other full name in the world. And then that familiar walk on stage in that familiar jumpsuit was truly an unforgettable moment. We laughed with him when he sang about that hound dog. We cried real tears when he left the stage in the summer of his final year singing Can't Help Falling in Love. It's a sad irony but true that on the day Elvis died, a steady rain began to fall on a parched Las Vegas. The same Vegas Elvis had conquered years before. Near the end, friends and fans alike wanted with all of our hearts to see him healthy and happy again, because he had brought us so much happiness. Elvis once said, I watch my audience, I listen, I know we're all getting something out of our system. Nobody knows what it is, but the important thing is we're getting rid of it, and nobody's getting hurt.
Beautiful. Absolutely. This is beautiful. It really is. Like, it's so clear that Wink massively respected, admired, and truly loved Elvis. So Frederick says, I remember when Elvis died, I was 10. To be honest, I wasn't into him as a kid, but the tabloids ran endless stories on his death. My mum, now 85, loved him as a teenager. Sundowners Sean says, Wink always understood that it's not about how Elvis died, but how he lived. Thank you, that is lovely. Luann, I was 16 when Elvis passed, and she misses Elvis. So Linda has mentioned that there's a poem. I'm not sure the poem, but I'd love to read it out. It's a poem a Wink wrote about Elvis. Josie, hi Josie, how are you? Linda, I was 7 when she passed. Josie, I was 9 when Elvis died, and I still remember the day. It was yesterday. I'd gotten home from school. Okay, mate. I remember Elvis died. Let's have a look. Okay, I'll do it for you, mate. So this is just beautiful, guys. And you know, something was said to me by Julie's the other day. Yeah, there we go. Do that all together there, and then we'll put it back in here. Something was said to me by Julie's the other day that we can also defend Elvis by focusing on the good stuff. So this is what I'm trying to do at the moment. Of course, we do have to bring up the people, the people that are bad mouthing Elvis. We do have to defend him. But at the same time, I do agree that sometimes when you bring up the negative things, you can be bringing attention to it. Like, for example, the trash video that was posted. So I do have to sort of find a balance of, how can I say it? I do have to find a balance of highlighting the things that are unfair to Elvis and highlighting the good, the good videos, the good information. So we're trying to find that line where we don't bring too much attention to the negative stuff, but we also defend Elvis. It's not easy, guys. It's quite we're on a bit of a tightrope, aren't we? So, but we must defend him. We must let the world know just how great Elvis was. And we don't worship him. We just want the world to know what a beautiful heart he had. Yes, he was human, like Wink says. He's a human being. We don't idolize him. We know he made mistakes. We know he wasn't perfect. But at the same time, we must let the world know how great and good he was, how kind he was, how generous he was, the kind of person that he was in his heart. A Christian man, but not just a Christian man. Also a very generous, loving, caring man that really did have time for the people around him and wanted to help everyone around him. We have to keep reminding people to not just see Elvis in his last 2 years of his life. Yeah, and this is tough, guys. It's not easy defending Elvis. It gets complicated.
I conclude my thoughts on this man to the words of Kathy Westmoreland. You who have been left with a great emptiness and void in your hearts, remember the good gifts he gave us. He said shortly before he died, I'm here to make people happy. That's my mission in life. I was chosen by God to do it. My happiest moments have always been on stage. I'll never stop until the day I die. He kept his word.
Now that is what it's all about, guys. That. We need more of that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Martin. So I don't have that much longer. Let me just. There was one interview that I wanted to play that that Nancy mentioned to me. I think this is the one.
Name. It's like a classic. If I could invent.
So I think this might be the one. There's one called Wink Martin, My Friendship with Elvis Presley. Let's just see what happens. We're going to play it and go. Sorry, I had to disappear for a minute. Let me just read the comments. You're welcome, Josie. Luan, let's hear about the good that Elvis and his friendly and his nature for charity. Yes, we need more of that. I'm definitely going to be seeking out much more positive videos. I'm still going to do the negative stuff because we have to defend, but we do need to hear a lot more of the good stuff, don't we? I was 25. This is Sandra and a nurse working. We weren't allowed to give heart patients the newspapers. Right. So let's have a look. Yeah, so I am hoping the poem's going to be in this. Lauderdale Courts wasn't East Memphis. It was downtown. Wink misspoke on that. Thank you, Sean. At first, I've been trying to find more about Elvis. I came to a dead end. Elvis, most photographed man on earth. He sure was, Luan.
It's popular.
So is this it? So I'll just quickly read Dan's comment. The day EP died, I was in concert in Toronto. After the show, we were on a bus to get home. The bus was packed with people. I'll never forget the faces and the total silence on the bus. Wow, it was so sad. Thank you, Dan. Thank you for sharing that, Dan. That is just beautiful. We need more of this. We need more of this. You can only write something like that if you truly, truly love Elvis. And don't forget, Wink really knew Elvis really well. And Elvis really liked Wink. Really, really warmed to Wink. So that is just beautiful. I think, is this guy getting a few facts wrong? Sundowners, the guy interviewing Wink is an idiot. Blue Moon and Kentucky was heard all over, and he played it on the Louisiana Hayride, and people loved it. This dummy might need to know that two of Elvis's most famous B-sides were Jailhouse Rock and Hound Dog. Funny cat videos. Yeah, I'm cold. I'm cold. It's this morning in the UK. It's cold. That's why I wouldn't call me sexy, mate, because I'm nearly 58 years old. I think I'm past sexy. Or my jacket sexy then. Yeah, I agree. The jacket is right. Let's keep going. Sean says he mostly drank Mountain Valley water and carried a large water jug with him at all times. That's interesting. So Frederick, Riley had the Mountain Valley water at all her appearances, maybe some kind of promotional deal. That's interesting. But do you know what, Frederick? I do keep meaning to do some Riley Q stuff. I keep putting it off. I 100% I do intend to do some videos covering how lovely Riley Q is, covering her career. I'm gonna get to it, Rick, Frederick. I'm gonna get to Riley Q. I really want to. It's just finding that time to get to that. But we're gonna do it, Frederick. I talked to Wink one time, and I think the last time he saw Elvis was at the movie theater, but I might be mistaken. Thank you, Sean. Now, in case you don't know, guys, Sean lives there, right there by Gracelands. Sean has met most of these very well-known people that lived around Elvis and with Elvis. Sean's had a fascinating life, and he really does know what he's talking about. Thank you, Sean. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Jane. Wink walks tall, seeing Elvis in his suit in his Vegas after show. I thought he said that was his last time. Right, okay. I did watch a little clip of him saying him and his wife had tears after the show because it seemed that Elvis seemed very unwell. Right, let's keep going.
Said, I don't want to.
So Frederick, well, maybe she'll show up in Paris on the Chanel show on Tuesday. I doubt. Right, okay. Well, I'm a massive fan of Riley, so we do need to show more of her. I really believe that. In this interview, the dummy, the video of him interviewing Elvis is everywhere and famous. It's not like there are a lot of videos of Elvis interviews, yeah? Too young.
He was obviously very unhealthy, very heavy.
Well, he was definitely unhealthy. He definitely was heavily medicated. But was he very heavy? If you look at the Hawaii pictures, he wasn't too bad. Yes, his stomach was extended and his face was puffy, but he actually had started to look better in those Hawaii pictures when he was on holiday. So, not as heavy as people say.
Now, what was the last time you had seen him up till then?
Well, Sandy, on my birthday, the prior year, she had taken me to see Elvis in Las Vegas.
What year we're talking about?
Louis, are you the keto guy and probably know what hydration and water? A lot of people don't know that you can actually drink too much water, and I think Elvis drank too much water, always filling it. Yes, I am the keto guy. Carnival Keto. Yeah, we run a channel called Elvis Presley Fan on Keto, and we do our best to discuss health and what the right things to eat, the wrong things to eat to improve your health, to make you live longer. But I agree, there is a myth that you should constantly drink water, It's wrong. It's wrong. You should only drink the amount of water that your body needs. Yeah, so what you crave, what your body craves. You should not overdrink water. It's very true, Sean.
This was...
Funny Cat videos. I hope to meet Linda. She's the only one he stopped communicating with me for. She must have been a very special lady. Funny Cat video. Who are you? Let us know who you are, please. Welcome to Team Elvis. What country are you in? Thank you for joining us. Let's keep going, guys.
Constant.
See, you know, I mean, obviously this is tough to listen to, but anybody that met Elvis after 1976 was going to be, I think, very worried for his health, for his life. Yeah, anyone, doesn't matter who it was. He had become unwell. He was over-medicated. He had his chronic medical problems had just massively increased. So he was on a very slippery slope. It's so sad to have to admit this. But please, let's not judge Elvis on the last 2 or 3 years of his life. Please remember, Elvis looked fantastic almost right up until he was more or less 40. Most of Elvis's life, he looked great. And so I really try my best to let people know, don't judge him on the last 2, 3, 4 years of his life. I don't think that's fair to him. But of course, shocking to see him towards the end. Okay, well, that was lovely. Let's see if we can get one more short one in. So if Wink, he's still alive. Is he 91 or 93? Thanks, Nancy, for giving us the idea to do this. So I just think, how lucky is Elvis to have these kind of people that defend him? Because Wink Martindale is a defender of Elvis. Yeah. He may not see himself that way. It's clearly obvious he wants Elvis to be seen in the right way, in the correct way, in the way that he truly was. Let's just click on a couple of little interviews, guys. Let's listen to this.
And this lady on my right dated Elvis for 6 years. We came together from 2 different directions.
So dating Elvis.
What would you like to know?
So dating Elvis, what would you like to know? What would you ask her? She dated Elvis. What would you like to know? Wow.
Yeah. You're looking back, what would you say about
He was a bad kisser. He was a bad kisser.
No, he was the best kisser, but Wink's the best husband. It was a wonderful experience. I was 14 when I met him. He used to come to my dad's nightclub, and he saw my picture on the wall, and he said, "Oh, I'd like to meet your daughter." So he called me.
Okay, right. Let's see what else we can find. Let's see. Let's see if we can find something that we haven't seen. A tribute to Elvis. Should we see what this is?
August 16th, 1977. Few dates are as indelibly printed in our memory as that one. Pearl Harbor, that infamous day in Dallas. Successes. Nobody will ever convince me that this man was anything but a good, kind, generous human being. That was Elvis to me. Talented beyond words. God-fearing. Yes, for all of his 42 years. His humble beginnings in that little Tupelo shack and the Christian upbringing by a devoted mama and daddy lighted the path he would follow for the rest of his mortal life. Stray from that path? Of course. No question about that. For like you and me, he was only human. And human.
So, Funny Cat. Yeah, so, all right, so Funny Cat, that's interesting. You were a showgirl. Is that how you met Elvis?
Make mistakes. The absolute truth is we made him a god, but he was only a man. We called him the king of rock and roll, but his response to that was always the same. There is but one king, Jesus Christ. Elvis loved his country. He served it proudly and with honor at the height of his career, asking no special treatment and with no complaints. His love for his fellow man, his loyalty, his generosity are legend, befitting a legend. He found great joy in giving. For him, material things were few as a child. As a man, he had it all.
So this is obviously the poem that Linda was telling me about, that Nancy was talking about.
And my God, did he love to share. The most precious gift he gave many of us was his friendship. That was the Elvis I knew. Those of us who played and bought his records, those of you who attended his concerts and movies by the millions, helped buy him a Memphis mansion, gold Cadillacs, and clothes embroidered in silver. To watch an Elvis performance in person was something more than just memorable. To have done so, you know what I mean. How many times were you there? How many times did you witness in wonder the sea of popping flashbulbs illuminating a darkened hall? The frenzied excitement that carried a tingle to your toes, that undeniable chill down your back. All this so much a part of an Elvis Presley concert since the mid-50s. The swelling sound of 2001 let us know that waiting in the wings stood the man whose first name alone had won more recognition than any other full name in the world. And then finally, that so familiar stride on stage in that so familiar jumpsuit was truly an unforgettable moment.
So I'll just read some comments. Funny Cat videos. I met Elvis at a fashion retailer while I was a showgirl, but nothing to do with me being a showgirl. Oh, that's fair. And I lived in the country club Towers in the same complex of country club as his Vegas doctor. Mr. Parker lived in the same tower as me in the 1990s. Right, okay, thank you. Very interesting. So the doctor's wife hated me and I didn't trust I'd wake up because she was jealous, right? All right, so there was some diet that people would use that basically put you in a coma, and that's how you people would lose weight. I think Sean knows something about this, don't you, Sean? Sean says, Dr. Alias Granham Elvis only did the diet a few times and Dr. Nick put a stop to it. Alias should be in jail. All right, it's obviously was very dangerous. Yeah, very, I think, I hear good things about Dr. Nick. I'm not hearing all bad things. I keep getting told that Dr. Nick had an impossible task with Elvis. So, Funny Cat videos. I was shopping for unique clothing and met him. Unfortunately, I missed Cher, who just left before I arrived. I'm a big fan of Cher. I think Cher's amazing. But I met her in our older age and laughed that she just happened to miss Elvis. Yeah. That's true. Wow, funny cat videos. You sound like you've had a very interesting life. You should speak to Sean. You and Sean may have crossed paths, because Sean, who knows? Luann, thank Nancy. It was Nancy's idea to do this.
We laughed with him when he sang about that dog. We cried real tears when he left the stage in the summer of his last year, the words of Can't Help Falling in Love still ringing in our ears. It's a sad...
Yeah, so Frederick just said, watch the 89th birthday at Graceland's from last year. I will do. Frederick, I will do.
Irony, but true, that on the day Elvis died, a steady rain began to fall on a parched Las Vegas. The same Las Vegas that Elvis had conquered so many years before. Near the end, friends and fans alike wanted with all of our hearts to see him healthy and happy again, because he had brought us so much happiness. Elvis once said, I watch my audience, I listen, I know we're all getting something out of our system. Nobody knows what it is, but the important thing is we're getting rid of it, and nobody's getting hurt. That was Elvis to me. So between the sarcasm of sightings and untruthful but seemingly never-ending revelations about his life on this earth, I conclude my letter of remembrances with these thoughts. Each and every one of you who still feel a great emptiness and void in your hearts, always remember his good gifts to you. Elvis said shortly before he died, I'm here to make people happy. That's my mission in life. I was chosen by God to do it. My happiest moments have always been on stage. I'll never stop until the day I die. He kept his word.
Love it. Love it. Yay. Elvis. That was beautiful. Obviously, the second time we've heard it, but well worth playing again. So, let's see. We've a couple more minutes. So thank Diana. It's nice to have you on, Diana. I know you're very busy, but thank you for joining us. So I just think one of the nicest people in the world. Yeah, Wink Martindale. Absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely. A lovely man with a lovely wife. Let's see if we can get another little clip. Let's just see what comes up when I put his name in. So guys, as Debbie said, it's a breath of fresh air to have nice topics. I do agree. I do agree. We definitely need to be doing much more of the nicer stuff, because it is another way of defending, isn't it? We show the nice side of Elvis, the beautiful man that he was, and you can also defend in that way. I'm starting to realize that now, that we need to show a bit of both. We need to defend the trash. Yeah, we need to defend things like this and things like, let me get it out. And we need to defend things like this, my book that's falling apart. But we also need to show just how good Elvis was. So I'm trying to get that balance, which isn't easy. Let's see what's come up. So I'm going to go in a second, guys. There's a small chat. I'm gonna try and do one more video on the Keto channel, Elvis Presley Fan on Keto, our other Elvis channel. And then I'm out for the whole day. We're out all day today. Let's just see what comes up. Let's see what this is, guys.
But I was there that night that Elvis was discovered. Sam Phillips walked in. I just happened to be there that evening. I was morning man, but I was at the station showing some of my friends from Jackson, Tennessee around the station. And I heard this commotion coming out of Dewey Phillips' studio. So I went in, and it turns out that Sam Phillips, founder of Sun Records, had walked in with this acetate a recording that he had made 2 hours earlier by this truck driver named Elvis Aaron Presley. It was called That's All Right Mama. Now, if Dewey Phillips, who was the hottest thing in town on radio, with a show called Red Hot and Blue, 9 to Midnight. If he played your record and it got a good positive reaction, you knew you had a hit. Well, he not only played That's All Right, Mama, played it 14 times in a row.
So yeah, Frederick, I agree. Unfortunately, you're right as well. She does have to be debunked. The wrongdoing from Priscilla is too much. It's too much. Now, I don't hate Priscilla. We're not a hate channel. We're not a let's hate Priscilla channel. We just are defending Elvis. We're defending Elvis. It's all about that. Ultimately, we have to forgive. For me to feel good in myself as a human being, ultimately, I have to forgive. I have to. So it's not easy, guys. It's not easy. So, but that is at the core of me. Forgiveness is there. Should we click on this little 20-second scene? Let's have a look. So, well, funny, you've made our live chat very interesting. Thank you. So, Sean has been amazing as well at Sundown, as all of you have. All of you have been great. Morning, Jane. I hope you're well. So, Nicola, yeah, the weather here is beautiful as well. We're having a very, very lovely sunny morning today. I'm out today. I'm going to see my daughter's trampoline competition. She's only 8 years old. I'm meeting my wife in Bath City. We're going to get a train. Me and Tino are going to get a train together.
Then we're going to Nanny.
Then we're going to Nanny's. So we're out all day.
Time to get warmed up.
I need to do something about Judy Spreckles. I don't think I've ever covered Judy Spreckles.
She gave me a ring out in Las Vegas. She gave me this ring here.
Thank you, Funny. Tino is 4 years old, nearly 5, and Yasmin is 8. I have 5 kids with my wife. My wife is a coach, a trampoline coach.
Giovanni, me, Yasmin.
There we are, see?
And what ring, man? It is a pretty big.
But we got a fun day out today on the train, haven't we? We're going to be on the train.
Ring is.
Let me say goodbye to everyone. Okay, guys. So that's it for this morning's show. For the new people, we do about 2 or 3 live streams a day, if possible. Obviously, I've got the kids. My wife is busy as well. So I've really enjoyed this. We've had a brilliant time. We're off out for the day. I'll try and do a little mobile live when we're in Bath City. I think you guys would find Bath City very interesting. It's a world famous city in the UK. Do you know what? I'd love to go to Abbey Road. I would love it. It would be a dream come true. Not as easy in my life as you, having 5 kids, and it's pretty. It keeps me very, very busy. Very, very busy. But thanks everyone. So obviously we're defending Elvis Presley here. We do it every day, and then we have Elvis Presley Fan on Keto, where we do Elvis topics, but we also care about each other's health. The carnivore diet, the keto diet. We want to live longer and stay healthy longer on Elvis Presley Fan on Keto, our other channel. Please join Defending Elvis Presley Facebook page. Guys, I'm going to have to go. I'm going to get ready for our we're going to football first. We're going to take Tino to football, and then we are going on the train to Bath. Take care, guys. Thanks to everyone for joining me. I appreciate every single one of you. This has been